Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I go by Nidimi on the internet and this is my crafty space. Hi, hello, and welcome everybody. In today's video I will be showing you guys how to make this beautiful chevron, polka dot chevron pattern is what I'm gonna call this. This pattern is an intermediate to more difficult pattern just because of the number of strings. I would definitely recommend knowing how to make a chevron beforehand. I will not be going over the types of knots, nor will I be showing you guys the loop or the triangle ends and the ties. I'm just going to be showing you guys the pattern itself. So yeah, big disclaimer here as well. This pattern was not created by me. This pattern's creator is this person right here that I will put on the screen. I just do not know how to say their username, so I don't want to butcher that. I am going to put the pattern in the description as well as the creator's bracelet book profile as well, so you guys can see their other patterns as well. But yeah, guys, let's get right on into this video. Okay guys, so to make this pattern right here, you guys are going to need 4 different types of colors. So you're going to need 2 colors that you want to be the colors right here, and then you're going to need some black and white, or of course you can use some different colors, but those are just going to be our outlines and this part right here. So from each color I'm now going to tell you how much to cut, how many strings to cut. So from the green and from the blue, the colors that I'm going to be using, which are going to be the colors right here in the chevron part, you are going to need 2 of each. So 2 strands of each. What I like to do is I like to cut my strings to 2 meters and then fold them in half, and I think that gives the perfect length for any bracelet. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these 2. And then for your black and white, you're going to need different things. So from your white, you're going to need 4 strands of white. So I will just be cutting 2 strands of 2 meters and then folding them in half. And then from your black, you're going to need 6 strands. So I'm going to be just cutting 3 strands of 2 meters and then folding them in half. But yeah, so I will be cutting all of my strings. I'm going to do the loop. Of course, you can do a single color loop if you want to. I just really like the double colors right here. So I'll just be doing my loop, and then I'm going to show you guys quickly how to do the triangle ends, just how to put your colors in order. And then we're going to start making the pattern. So yeah, guys, let's do that. Okay guys, so I have finished doing my loop right here. Something that I do want to mention, if you guys also want to do a double colored loop like I just did, the color that I used up here, right there in that part of the loop, is the same color, the first color that you want to use in your chevron part right here. So that's just something that I want to mention if you guys want your loop to look like mine. So, now let's get on to our teardrop loop part. So, to do that, I'm going to quickly go over this. I'm not going to be explaining each one of my knots. I'm just going to tell you which strings to use and which colors, so it'll come out the correct way so we can begin our pattern. So, just something I do want to mention though is that I am left-handed, so I make my knots a little bit differently than right-handed people do. So if you are right-handed, then, just pay attention to the knots that I tell you to make, because that might help you more if you don't understand what I'm doing with my left hand. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to be starting on my right side right here. So this is the first side that I'm going to be making my knots on. So the first string that you want to use is your black string. So I already have a knot with my black string just because this is how I ended the loop. So this is my first knot right here. So this is going to be my first knot, like you guys can see right here. That part right there, this knot up here, it looks kind of the same. I've just already made this knot because it was part of my loop. So after you've done your knot with your black, you're going to now do it with your green. So this is the first color that I'm going to be using, so it's like my pink in this one right here. So I'm just going to be using my pink, and this is a this is a backward forward knot, sorry. Like that. So a backward forward knot with your green. And then now after that, you're going to take another black string, and you're also going to be doing a backward forward knot on all of your strings. Okay, next after your black is going to be your blue. So that is like my purple right here in this chevron right here. Now, quick tip, if your string is kind of on this side like mine just was, I just give it a tug to the right side and it usually just works out. And same thing, backward forward knot. Now you want to use your last black string to also do a backward forward knot. And last but not least, your white string. Okay, so after you've done all of your strings on this side, you just want to repeat this the exact same way on the left side. So I'm just going to quickly do that, and then, yeah, I'm going to start making the pattern. Okay guys, so I've done the exact same thing on the left side. Something I forgot to mention is that instead of backward forward knots, you want to be doing forward backward knots, but I'm assuming you guys already know that because you probably already know how to make all of these knots already. So now what we want to do is just make a knot between these two strings. I know some people wait till the next row, so you're welcome to do that as well, but I'm just going to be making my knot now. Like that. So we have now finished our teardrop loop, and now I'm going to show you guys how to make the pattern itself. Okay guys, so to make the pattern itself is really quite simple, especially the beginning rows. So the first couple rows are exactly like a chevron, so if you guys know how to make a chevron, you guys are set. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a chevron the first 6 rows. Sorry, I was just counting. So the first 6 rows, we're just going to be making a normal chevron. So that means that we're going to be doing a chevron with our black. I'm sorry, you really can't see that right now. So our black, our green, our black, our blue, and then our next black. So we're going to be doing that until a chevron. We're going to be making a normal chevron until we get to our white strings. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do that for the first row, and then I'm just going to let you guys do that for the next couple of rows. So to make a chevron, I always like starting on my right side. Of course, if you are I'm left-handed, that's why I like starting on my right side, but if you are right-handed, then you can also start on your left side. That is okay as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to be basically taking your black string. I know this is kind of hard to see because I have a black table, but I'm going to try my best. So you're going to take your black string and your green string, and you're going to just make backward knots with your black string on your green string. So you're going to make one, so these 2 knots together, so you're going to do 1, 2, and those 2 knots together make a backward knot. So that is a single backward knot. And then you're finished with your green string, and then you're going to move on to your black string, the next one in row. So again, backward, and then again. So basically you're doing a backward 4 and then going inside and through like that. So I'm going to do this one a little bit slower. I am assuming you guys already know how to do this. So yeah, so backward 4 like this, backward 4. Under and through the loop, like that. And then you're just going to do that again. So you're basically going to do that until you get to the middle, which is right here between the white strings. Yeah, okay, so I have just done all of my knots on all of these strings. Sorry, I just want to make sure that they are nice and tight. And then I've got my black string from this side right here into the middle. I'm calling this part right here the middle because basically when you're making a chevron, you want your strings to always come to the middle. So that's what I'm going to be calling it. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to do the very similar thing on the left side. So basically you're just, instead of backward knots, you're going to be making forward knots. So this, I'll show you guys how to make a forward knot as well, but I am also assuming you already know how to do this. So you're going to be doing a 4 like that, a 4, and then under and through the loop like that. And then you just basically you're going to be doing that twice on every single string, and that makes a forward knot. So same thing, and you're just going to be moving your string slowly into the middle. Okay guys, so I have moved both my strings, both my black strings, into the middle, and now I'm going to be making a knot on one of these strings with the other string. Now it really doesn't matter if you make a forward knot or a backward knot because it's the same color, so it really doesn't matter which way they go. So I'm just going to be making a backward knot just because those are easier for me, but you're welcome to make a forward knot as well. And now what you have here is your new middle. So your middle just moved from being the white strings right here to being inside between these two black strings. So now what you want to do is you want to just keep on doing the exact same thing for 5 more rows. So that means that you want to do the exact same thing with your green, your black, your blue, and then your black as well. Now every time you move a string into the middle, you have a new middle. So basically what I mean is every time you move 2 strings into the middle and do a knot between them, you get a new middle like this one right here. So you just want to keep on doing that, moving one string into the middle, the other string into the middle, and then making a knot between them until you have made 5 more rows, until you have gotten to the last black string right here, and the string right here on the side instead of a green string should be a white string, and from there I'm going to show you the next row of the pattern. Okay guys, so now that I've done 5 rows of the chevron, now it is the time that I have to do these 2 rows right here that look like that, which make our little polka dot effect. So to do that, what we're going to need to do is we're going to always start this off like it's a chevron. So, sorry, one sec, my strings got a bit tangled, but that's okay. So I'm gonna always start from this side, from the left side. Sorry, from the right side. That's just the side I like to start on. So to start off, we're gonna do 3 backward knots with our white string. So 1, 2, and 3. And now after we've done 3 knots with our white string, what we're going to do is we're going to take the black string that we have come to right here from the top, and we're going to do a forward knot onto our white string with this black string. So forward knot, like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move that black string out of the way, and we're going to take our white string that we just made a black knot with onto. And we're going to just keep on going with the white string till we get to the middle. So for 2 more knots. Okay, so now we have done all of this side, all of our right side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the same thing on my left side. So I'm going to show you guys this again, just for anyone who did not understand yet. So I'm going to take my first white string right here, and I'm going to do a forward knot with it on my white string, and I'm going to do 3 forward knots on my next 3 strings. So okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black string that I have right here that I've come to with my white string, that is right up here, and I'm going to do a knot. I'm going to do a backward knot with it onto my white string. So a backward knot onto my white. Like that. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on going with my white until I get to the middle, which is for 2 more knots. So, and then now that I've come to the middle, I'm just going to be making a knot with my 2 white strings. So it doesn't matter which knot because they are the same color. And guys, that is it for this row. And now we're going to move on to our next row. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So the next row now, after we have done this row right here, is going to be this row. So to do that, I'm again going to start on my right side, sorry. And I'm going to take a look at my strings for a second, and you can see that our row starts with a white string, and then after that you have a black string. So I'm going to take my black string, and I'm going to make a forward knot onto my white string. So instead of taking my white string and making a knot onto my black string, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to take my black string, and I'm going to make a forward knot onto my white string right here. like that. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white string that I just made a knot with my black string onto, and I'm going to make a knot. I'm going to make knots on the next 3 strings, so I'm going to be doing backward knots now. So backward knots on the next 3 strings. And now we have again come to a black string. So you can see that there's a black string right here where we were supposed to, if we were making a normal chevron, we would knot on this black string. But because we're not, and we're doing a bit of a change, we're going to be doing a forward knot with our black string right here onto our white string. And then now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on going with our white string. So we're going to do a backward knot onto the next white string in line. Like so. And now we have come to the middle, and we're going to do the exact same thing with different knots on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this again, the same row. This is the exact same row. You're supposed to be doing the same thing on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this on the left side. So I'm going to look at my first 2 strings, and I'm going to see that I have a white string and a black string. And I'm going to take my black string and do a backward knot onto my white string. Like that. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white string and I'm going to do 3 knots on the next, 3 forward knots on the next 3 strings. After I've done forward knots on the next 3 strings, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black string that I've come to right here, that is right here, and I'm going to do a backward knot onto my white string. And now I'm just going to keep going, so I'm going to do a forward knot onto my white string with my white string. Like that. And then I've come to the middle, so I'm just going to be doing a knot between both of my white strings. And yeah, guys, this is basically the entire pattern. So what you want to do now is you want to repeat this exact same thing until you have come to a length of about 6 inches. That is the length that I like to do that to, or 15 centimeters. Guys, that is basically it. I'm gonna just keep on doing this bracelet, and I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm gonna show you guys that at the end. When you do get to the end, I just made some triangle ends, and then I made some twisted ties. So yeah, guys, that is it, and I'll see you guys when I'm finished the bracelet. Okay guys, so I just finished the bracelet right here. So as you can see, I made some triangle ends at the end. On this bracelet right here, I did single colored triangle ends, but I actually think I prefer these ones, which are just normal triangle ends. And then I did some twisted ties, and then I finished up the bracelet. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please do give this video a big thumbs up. And if you like this type of content, please do consider subscribing. I hope you guys have a good day, and bye guys!